Yeah, I think it's just important to not make that sound like we're not bothered about losing. We obviously are very disappointed that we've lost the game. If I was to come out and say I'm not bothered that we've lost, then it wouldn't obviously sound good. We'd much rather be in the New Zealand situation where they're happy with the win. We're disappointed we've lost, obviously, but we always play our cricket giving ourselves the best opportunity to win. And whenever an opportunity presents itself to me or anything like that, any individual in there, then we'll always take the most positive option and not try to worry about what if the other team does this. And that was, I guess, the case with that. People might not have thought that enforcing the follow-on was the right call, because what if New Zealand did what they did? But can't live your life or captain an international cricket team living by hindsight. Yeah, gosh, I mean, what a game. Obviously, after I got out and to watch sort of what unfolded after there was massively up and down. And then Jimmy and Leachy at the end there, it was just crazy. You just sort of don't know what to do with yourself. But I just think at the end of the day, if you can't look back at that test match, even in our dressing room, being on the losing side, and just be quite thankful that you've been involved in a game like that, because test matches like that don't happen that often and don't come around that often either. So I think just even looking at watching Jimmy and Leachy walk off there, I think they appreciated that in the moment as well. It's not too often you see Jimmy Anderson smiling on the cricket pitch anyway, but being the man getting out with 2 to win, and you just see him just with, I don't know, the fact that he was out there and just enjoyed the whole thing, and even though we're on the losing side of it, just a great game to be a part of. Yeah, I mean, look, I think you look back to that point and the 3 innings before, we managed to rip through their top order, in Mount Maunganui twice, and then obviously here again as well. And we said early on, before we took the field on that day, that if we have the opportunity to enforce the follow-on, we will do it. And I knew that New Zealand would have to play pretty much the perfect game to win this game. But even then, bowling them out and having to chase 250, it was always our game to lose. And you've got to give credit to New Zealand, not only for the way in which they played to allow themselves 250 runs to bowl at, but also the way in which they bowled. Teams are allowed to be better than us. We can hold our hands up and say that this week, when it came to the crucial moments in the game, that New Zealand were better than us, and we're absolutely fine with that. But in terms of all the decision makings and things like that, I'll stand by, because I know that especially with Jimmy, Broady and Robbo with the ball, that teams have to play incredibly well to get totals like New Zealand managed to get in their second.
Extra time.
লেটেস্ট নিউজ আর এক্সক্লুসিভ ভিডিওর সঙ্গে আপডেট থাকতে এখনই সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন আমাদের ইউটিউব চ্যানেল। বেল আইকনে ক্লিক করতে ভুলবেন না যেন।